Well, hey there guys, it's Kebomb in here. You probably might recognise me from previous videos. So, I am glad to see you join me on this brand new video. So, first of all, I'll be doing a read it out video for you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it so far. I hope you loved my Disney storybooks. So, somehow, I will show it to you. I have got Disney's Tangled. It was published by Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. I guess you've heard of this movie from 2010, a 3D animated film. So, shall we begin reading this book to you? What I intend to do, I'll show you some pictures from each page a while when I'll read my words. Okay, sit back and enjoy. Once upon a time, there was a magical golden flower, a vain and selfish woman called Mother Gothel used its powers to help her to keep her youthful looks. When the queen of nearby kingdom fell very ill, the flower was brought to her. It made a queen well again, and soon after, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. They named her Rapunzel. The king and queen launched a lantern into the sky in celebration. One night, the wicked Mother Gothel slipped into the sleeping baby's nursery. She discovered that magical power of a flower had passed into the child's golden hair. Mother Gothel scooped up the baby and vanished into night. The king and queen were heartbroken. Each year, on the princess's birthday, the king and queen released lanterns into the night sky. They hoped the light would guide their princess home. Mother Gothel raised Rapunzel in a soaring tower in a hidden valley. Although she grew up happy, there was one thing Rapunzel longed for. On the day before her 18th birthday, she decided to ask for it. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, Mother Gothel called. When she arrived at the tower, Rapunzel pulled her up. I want to see the floating lights, said Rapunzel, pointing to a painting of the lights. They appear every year on my birthday. I can't help but feel like they are mean to me. Mother Gothel told Rapunzel that the outside world was far too scary a place for a girl like her. Don't ever ask to leave this tower again, she said. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, a thief named Flynn Rider was on the run with his cutthroat accomplice, the Stabbington Brothers. Flynn clutched a satchel which contained the princess's crown stolen from a palace. He stopped in the front of a wanted poster of himself. He didn't think he did him justice at all. He was far more handsome in real life. The captain of the palace guard and his men were hot on Flynn's trail. He ditched the Stabbingtons and fled from the guards. Flynn evaded arrows, dodged boulders, and hid among the trees. Finally, he managed to shake off all his pursuers except for Maximous, the captain's horse. Flynn leaped into the Maximus' back. The horse snorted furiously, twisting and twirling until he finally sunk his teeth into Flynn's subtle. "Give me that," yelled Flynn, as he yanked the satchel free. It went flying into the air. The satchel caught on the branch of a tree that was hanging over the cliff edge. Flynn and Maximus both made their way out along the branch. Flynn grabbed the bag. "Ha ha!" cried the thief, triumphantly. Crack! The tree splittered, and the arch enemies both toppled into the canyon below. When they landed, Flynn ran off. He discovered a hidden entrance to the cave. He scrambled inside and soon emerged in front of an amazing sight. There, in the hidden valley, stood a large tower, the perfect hiding place from Maximus. Flynn climbed the tower and clambered through the open window at the top. Clang! Rapunzel had watched the rough Flynn climbing the tower and hit him with a frying pan, knocking him out. As Pascal, her pet chameleon, looked on, Rapunzel stuffed him into the cupboard. She rummaged in his satchel and found the crown, but when she heard Mother Gothel coming, she quickly hid the bag. Rapunzel managed to talk Mother Gothel into leaving on a short journey. Once Mother Gothel was gone, Rapunzel dragged Flynn out of a cupboard and offered him a deal. If Flynn took her to see the floating lights and returned her home safely, she would give him back the satchel. Flynn had no choice. He agreed to a deal. With Pascal on her shoulder, Rapunzel slid down her hair, touching down softly on the grass. She was thrilled to be free, but she also felt guilty for betraying Mother Gothel. Flynn tried to take advantage of this by making Rapunzel free even worse. "Let's turn around," he suggested, but Rapunzel was determined. I am seeing those lanterns," she insisted. Not far from the tower, Mother Gothel came face to face with Maximus. "A palace horse?" she gasped, seeing the kingdom's sun symbol on his chest. She feared that the palace guards might have come for Rapunzel. Mother Gothel raced back to the tower and discovered that Rapunzel was gone, but she did find Flynn's satchel with the royal crown and Flynn's wanted posted inside it. Now she knew who had taken Rapunzel. Flynn had come up with a plan to make Rapunzel want to return to the tower. He led her to the cozy-looking tavern called the Snuggly Duckling. Inside, the place was filled with scary-looking thugs. Rapunzel was terrified, but Flynn's plan was soon backfired. Someone held up Flynn's wanted poster. Everyone started fighting for the reward money, with Flynn caught right in the middle of a brawl. Rapunzel banned her frying pan to get everyone's attention. She begged them to let Flynn go so that she could help her to make her dream come true. The thugs stopped growling and fell silent. To Rapunzel's surprise, every one of them had a secret dream too. Suddenly, Maximus, the royal guards, and the Stabbington brothers burst in, looking for Flynn. One of the thugs showed Flynn and Rapunzel a secret passageway. Flynn and Rapunzel and Pascal gratefully disappeared into the dark tunnel, followed by Maximus and the others. Flynn and Rapunzel raced to the entrance of the enormous cavern. Suddenly, a dam burst, filling the whole cavern with water. Maximus, the guards, and the Stabbington brothers were swept away in the torrent. Flynn and Rapunzel were trapped. Then Rapunzel realized something. Her hair could save them. She began to sing. Her hair lit up the cave, and they were able to spot an escape route. Flynn now knew Rapunzel's magical secrets. Rapunzel, Flynn, and Pascal made it safely to shore. Flynn had injured his hand, so Rapunzel wrapped her hair around it and began to sing. Her hair glowing, hair soon healed Flynn's wound. Flynn was amazed and impressed. When he felt to gather firewood, Mother Gothel appeared. She demanded that Rapunzel came home with her to the flower, but Rapunzel refused. She liked Flynn, and she was sure that he liked her. Mother Gothel laughed mockingly. She challenged Rapunzel to give the stolen crumb back to Flynn. As soon as he had his treasure back, the thief would leave Rapunzel. Mother Gothel said. She handed Rapunzel the satchel and would return to the forest. The next morning, Flynn woke up to find Maximus trying to drag him away. Rapunzel came to Flynn's rescue and talked the horse into letting the thief go free for one more day. It was her birthday after all. A bell rang in the distance. Rapunzel followed the sound until she came to the crest of a hill. The Thai kingdom came into view. She ran down the hill towards the beautiful sight. Her dream was just hours away from coming true. Flynn and Maximus and Pascal caught up with Rapunzel and followed her through the gates of the kingdom. The hustle and bustle of the town was the most exciting thing Rapunzel had ever experienced. A little boy gave Rapunzel a flag with a sun symbol on it. Then a group of little girls braided Rapunzel's golden locks and pinned them up with flowers. As Rapunzel walked through the town, she saw the mosaic of the king and queen holding their baby girl. The princess had striking green eyes, just like Rapunzel's. In the evening, Flynn led Rapunzel into the boat and rode them to the spot with a perfect view of the kingdom. Rapunzel felt her heart soar as Flynn handed her a lantern to send into the sky. In return, Rapunzel gave Flynn the satchel. She was no longer afraid. He would leave her at once. He had a crown. Rapunzel and Flynn held hands and gazed into each other's eyes. The romantic moments ended when Flynn spotted the Stabbington brothers watching them from the shore. Quickly, he rolled the boat to land. I'll be right back, he told Rapunzel as he grabbed the satchel stride off. Flynn gave the brothers a crown, but they wanted Rapunzel and her magical hair instead. The brothers overpowered Flynn. They tied him to the helm of a boat and set it adrift. Then the Stabbington Brothers came for Rapunzel. They told her that Flynn had traded her magical hair for the crown. Rapunzel saw Flynn sailing away. She was devastated. He had betrayed her after all. Rapunzel ran off into the forest with the brothers chasing her. Moments later, she heard Mother Gothel's voice. She ran back and found Mother standing over the unconscious Stabbingtons. "You were right, Mother," sobbed Rapunzel. "I know, darling, I know," said Mother Gothel as she led Rapunzel back to the tower. Flynn's boat crashed into the kingdom's dock. 2 guards found him, and the stolen crown immediately marched him to prison. Maximus was watching nearby. He knew he had to do something. At the prison, Flynn spotted the Stabbingtons. They admitted that Mother Gothel had told them about Rapunzel's hair. They then double-crossed them. Suddenly, the thugs from a sluggy duckling arrived. They broke Flynn out of jail and launched him over the prison walls onto the Maximus' back. Maximus had planned the entire escape. Together, the heroes galloped into the forest to rescue Rapunzel. Back at the tower, Rapunzel lay on her bed, heartbroken. She had her souvenir kingdom flag in her hand. As she looked at the sun symbol on the flag and gasped at her paintings on the ceiling, she noticed something amazing. She had been painting the symbol all her life. She suddenly realized that she was a lost princess. Flynn soon arrived at the kingdom. Rapunzel, let down your hair," he called. The window opened and Rapunzel's golden locks fell into the ground. Flynn began to climb, but when he reached the top, Mother Gothel was waiting. She wounded him with a dagger. Rapunzel begged to be allowed to heal Flynn. In return, Rapunzel promised she would stay with Mother Gothel forever. Mother Gothel agreed, but she chained Flynn to the wall to make sure that he wouldn't follow them. Rapunzel placed her hair over Flynn's wound. "No, Rapunzel, don't do this," begged Flynn. "I'll be fine," said Rapunzel. Suddenly, Flynn grabbed a shard of glass and cut off her hair. It suddenly turned brown and lost its magic power. "What have you done?" Mother Gothel cried. She suddenly began to wrinkle and age. Within moments, she had turned to dust. Rapunzel tried to heal Flynn with her hair, but the magic was gone. She began to cry, and a single golden tear fell on Flynn's cheek. Flynn's whole body began to glow, and he was healed. Maximus, Pascal, and Rapunzel rushed to the palace. The king and queen were filled with joy. Their daughter had finally been returned to them. Rapunzel felt her parents' love surround her as they all hugged each other. A family one more. Soon, the townspeople gathered for the grand celebration to welcome Rapunzel home. Once again, everyone released floating lanterns into the sky. The lanterns' light had guide their princess home at last. The end. So, I hope you enjoyed this modern classic animated story of Disney's Rapunzel. Okay, so that's it for all, guys, and please stay tuned for next video contents. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for watching, and remember, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification, and don't miss out of future videos. And you can look at my video description. There's social links. You can find me. There is Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and TikTok. You can support my additional contents and exclusive ones also. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and we are very highly dedicated to celebrate a wonderful 100 years of Disney. Has been around since 1923. How animation studio has been changed over time. Okay, so that's it for all, and I'll see you on the next video, and thank you ever so much, and see you really soon.